And welcome to Popping Up with Hanz and Franz. I am Hanz and I'm Franz, and we are here to pop. You are! Now I know what you're thinking. Giving up bulging biceps and a magnificent pectorals, you probably think we're going to try and pump you up physically. But that's not the case today. But actually, we want to talk to you today about pumping up mentally, emotionally, and yes, even spiritually. And we found a very useful tool in which to do this. It's called the Sources of Strength wheel. We'll go through it right now because it's quite technical. So pay attention and enjoy. Thank you. Yeah, so the first strength we have is called family support. This strength comes from the love and support you get from your family members. Now, I don't know about you, but one of my favorite ways to practice family support is baby kills. It gets you pumped and it fills your heart and you are literally supporting another family member. So here's the proper technique for a baby kill. You make sure that the baby is secure without squeezing too tight. This will fill your heart and it will pump your biceps all at the same time. Great way to practice family support. Next we have positive friends. This is the strength that comes from the connection and the direction you get from good friends. Now I know what you're thinking. Then self-isolation. How can I possibly connect with my friends? Well, you have a computer in your pocket, don't you? I myself have found a variety of social media platforms very useful, such as the MySpace, the Facebook, and my favorite, the brand new Instagram. I don't know what it is, but I love that little ghost. Yeah, so the next slice of the wheel is mentors. This strength comes from the wisdom and the guidance that you get from your adult mentors. For example, my greatest adult mentor is the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I'm going to sit down ready with a thank you note right now. Dear Arnold, thank you for being the best mentor in human history. We love you more than we love life itself. From Hanz and Franz. It's good. Next up we have positive activities. This strength comes from the satisfaction you feel when you do good things that you love. Now I know what you're thinking, a guy like me, I must only have, healthy activities like pumping up. But in addition to that, I also do mental activities, like I love to read. And I also like relaxation activities, like watching my favorite show, The Office. Yeah, so the next slice of the wheel is generosity. And this strength comes from the genuine joy one feels when you do good things for others. For example, since we've been in self-isolation, I've been live streaming all of my home workouts for free. Like using this ladder for a nice shoulder press. Yeah, next up we have spirituality. Now, this strength comes from fostering faith, getting connected, or practicing gratitude. So you can do things like yoga, meditation, or prayer. And of course, many of us keep gratitude journals. I myself wrote mine this morning. What am I thankful for? Egg whites, protein powder, and of course, Cholula. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, next up we have physical health, and this strength comes from caring for your body, so exercising, resting, hydrating, and eating right. For example, I always like to eat protein powder straight, just like one of my great heroes, Dwight Schrute. And then I like to wash it down with plenty of fluid. That's how you hydrate. Next up, we have mental health. This strength comes from the healthy ways to cope when you're feeling worried, sad, angry, or overwhelmed. For example, when I am especially stressed, I like to cook these Wiener Schnitzels meat bars and top them with Cholula. They're absolutely delicious. Okay, So that concludes this episode of Hanz and Franz, Sources of Strength edition. We hope you learned something about pumping yourself up mentally, emotionally, and again, spiritually. Now, if you're ready to take on the next level of commitment, I would encourage you to do the weekly workout for Sources of Strength. We're going to be sending out the template for the weekly workout through the Canvas website, through your Gmail inbox, and also through the paper mail. So be on the lookout and get pumped up emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Stay strong, Outlaws.